Hello everyone, this is Lynch, and I'm here to show a design that I made for Transmetal Optimus Primal, because I always felt that the original design was rushed. Like if the designers had more time, they could have come up with something better. Of course, I might be giving the designers more credit than they deserve. Anyway, this is what I came up with. Now, I never liked how they removed all of Primal's built-in weapons, which what made the original toy so awesome. So to fix that, I had it so the arms transform into weapons instead of organic-looking gorilla hands. As you can see, I had different. I came up with different ideas and different ways for them to transform. You can see how I have Optimus' right hand turn into a mace and his left arm transforming into a Gatling gun. I also took some inspiration from third-party robot toys RT-01 Caesar, aka Optimus Primal, when it comes to the transformation. As you can see, I have it so the front and the back flip open, with the front section turning 360 to reveal the ape chest. I also got rid of that harness thing that turns into a weapon platform because I didn't like it and I always felt that it wasn't really needed. As you can see, I also have it so the head sort of spins around between the robot head and the ape head. That'd be better than having, the ape and robot head sort of connected to the back there. Anyway. And of course, the legs, of course, you can see here with the legs, transform the same way as the original Transmetal Optimus Primal does. With the legs folding back and becoming a surfboard. So yeah, that's my take on an updated Transmetal Optimus Primal. As you can see with the update, I also got rid of the shoulder pads because again, that was a part of the harness thing they had going on. And honestly, I think it kind of looks better without the shoulder pads. Kind of wish they did that. Kind of got rid of the shoulder pads when they first came up with the design for Transmetal Optimus Primal. So let me know what your thoughts are on my design. I also think the Beast Weaponizer Optimus Primal mold could also be used for Transmetal Primal. All you have to do is remodel the legs. Of course, Hasbro would rather spend money on repaints, even though that shouldn't take much, but whatever. I also came up with some character designs for the missing link line, namely Trax and Sandstorm. Because if any Transformer characters need updates, it's those two. Especially Trax, because the designer responsible for Kingdom's Trax should be embarrassed of that design. So this is same with Legacy United Leader Class Sandstorm. Hasbro really needs to shorten those names. Anyway, here are those designs. You'll notice I took some inspiration from the Combiner Wars line. I liked how instead of stretching the legs out, they instead fold out and hinge outward. And there's no reason, as far as I can tell, that couldn't be applied here. As you can see, with I'll go to Trax here. You can see how I have how the feet sort of flip over the front there, and then they fold out and they unhinge. And basically, transfer the same as the Generation 1 figure, just with the modern transformation mechanics of the Combiner Wars. As you can see with Sandstorm, I did some design here. If you look at the arms, they fold into the upper arm, and the head will fold into the chest. It's kind of like the original G1 did, but instead of folding in, it was pushed in. So more or less the same transformation, just using the updated transformation mechanics of the Combiner Wars. I also did one for Hound as well. Funny, when Hasbro came out with the Transformers/G.I. Joe crossover line, they didn't include Hound, even though he transforms into a military jeep, which means he would have fit in perfectly with that line, but again, whatever. Hasbro seems to have a bias against certain characters. Now, I understand posting these designs I run the risk of some fan with a 3D printer or some third-party company deciding to use my designs, which could leave me without seeing a percent of the profits. In case that does happen, I don't think it will, because I post like 4 Transformer fan comic books that I made, and no one tried to turn my original TF characters into real toys, so I figured that chances of that happening are pretty low. And if it does, at the very least, you could credit me with the designs for those characters. The transformation designs, hang on. Now, before I end this video, I just want to give my thoughts on my personal thoughts on the new line of Transformer toys that Hasbro is putting out. And I just want to say, if nostalgia is the hill that Hasbro wants to die on, then at the very least, they could add some characters from Generations 2, like Scram. I've talked about how that TF1 Bumble Bee mold could work for Scram, and it wouldn't hurt to have some more Beast Wars characters, including the Transmetals. And yes, I've heard the whole cost of Chrome bit. Honestly, that sounds like an excuse for Hasbro not to not make them. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Ditch the Chrome. It was a dumb gimmick to begin with. Just stick with solid plastic. Of course, I don't work at Hasbro. Not that they would actually listen. So my input doesn't really matter. Anyway, let me know what you think they do more with Beast Wars, considering how Beast Wars brought new life to the franchise. Anywho, I could go on longer, but I'd be rambling. Anyway, let me know what you think of my Transformer designs. And like before, if you like my content, subscribe and share the videos. You can also support me by buying one of my books. I will try to leave a link down below. If I don't, play my other videos have links. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll be back.